Woo, slide. Slippity slide, slide, slippity slide. What's going on? This is Tango and me today. Up. And today I want to talk to you about service dogs. And I'm going to tell you right now that when I start talking about service dogs, I always seem to get the service dog community, or I get somebody else, some dog trainers community up in arms. And I've trained a number of service animals, whether they be therapy dogs, whether they be ESAs, or whether they be official service animals for people who use them on a daily basis for their disability. Now, there are what I like to consider there's more than three types of working dogs, but when we're talking about personal working dogs for individuals, there are therapy dogs that go into hospitals, that go into nursing homes, that go into schools, do educational programs, they do self-care for elderly people or children with diseases. These are service animals, but we call them therapy dogs. And then there are emotional support animals, and this one has become world famous recently. Come here. Recently, this one, the emotional support animal has become one of the most widely overused. Come here, let's go. Up. Come here, up. Yes. Has become one of the most widely overused excuses to be able to say, I need my dog with me all the time, most of the time. My dog needs special access to whether it be an apartment complex or some sort of living situation that needs some sort of doctor's note to have a certain kind of animal. We have seen this. I see this locally. We have a local, real dog-friendly apartment complex that lives next to us, or that's just a park away, like right through the park, and there's a large apartment complex. And this apartment complex is super dog-friendly. They have a dog park. They built a dog park at their apartment complex. But they have breed restrictions when it comes to dogs at their place. And even one of their breed restrictions is the German Shepherd, one of the most common breeds out there, and one of the most used dogs when it comes to working line service animals. And I probably get 2 or 3 inquiries just from people that live at that apartment complex to call me up and say, hey, Michael, come here. Come here. Can we certify our dog as a service animal? Up. Come on. We're just working with Tango here because we had some fresh snow last night. So let's go. Come on. Up. Come on. Good job. Can you certify my dog as a service animal? And I hear it all the time. Well, let me just say it once and for all on this video. There is no such thing as a federally recognized certified service animal. Let me say it again for those in the back. There is no certification that is recognized by the American Disabilities Act at all when it comes to service animals. There are some guidelines put forth that say your dog needs to be able to do this. Your dog needs to be servicing a disability that we recognize. And that's about it. That really is about it. You don't need a doctor's note. You don't need a psychiatrist's note. You don't need a note from anyone if in fact you have a disability. Now, the question is, what kind of task is it talking about? Come here. Up. Come on, let's go. Up, up. What kind of task are they talking about when they say a service dog needs to perform a task? Well, I'm working with a client right now that's getting a service animal that will be his personal service animal, but he also has a therapy dog that he uses in therapy. He's a therapist. He's a therapist that is going, and he's getting like animal therapy certifications and stuff. But his service animal, the task, one of the tasks that he wants him to perform is that when this therapist starts to get resting leg syndrome, where he gets anxious and his legs start to shake, he would like the dog to come up and calm him down in a manner of putting a paw up on the leg or both paws up on the leg to just draw the attention to the dog and say, hey, you got to settle down, buddy. We need you to calm down. And this is something they've asked me to teach the dog. Is this a task? Absolutely, it's a task. Now, this guy has gone through all the proper channels. He's gotten all the doctor's approvals. He's even been put on some different lists where service dog companies were looking and saying, listen, we're going to see if we have a candidate for you. Come here. Up, up. Up, up. Let's go. Come on, get up here. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Up, up. Up, up. Come on, come on, let's go, get up here, let's go, come on, let's go. Good job. We're working with this 15-week-old Belgian Malinois, I call him Maligator, Tango here. And really what's happening now is simply the environmental training that there is fresh snow on my picnic table, and I want this dog to be used to the surfaces with snow, slippery, this, that, and the other. We're just feeding breakfast this morning. This is just the normal kibble, so there's no special treats here. So we're going to train a dog to put its paws up on the handler when the handler begins to show behaviors of anxiety. Is this this person also has been diagnosed with PTSD and different things, and so this person has gotten the approval, is moving forward, has purchased the animal, and now we have trained multiple dogs for this person, and so we're going to train this next service animal. That's just one particular task. Now, a lot of times when people think of service animals, they think of seeing eye dogs. A new popular one is scent detection dogs that can actually scent low blood sugar in their handlers so that they can alert them to either, hey, eat something, bring them their bag of insulin, bring them their shot bag, retrieve something for them. If they go into an insulin-induced shock or a seizure or coma or whatever, where a dog could go get the insulin and bring it to them. There are a number of different services. There are PTSD dogs that we train to run circles around people or to walk circles around people in high trafficked areas, in high stressful areas where someone may feel the pressure of a crowd coming in. We'll teach dogs to run circles around people. We'll teach dogs to retrieve stuff for mobility people who are maybe limited mobility. Maybe they don't necessarily need a dog for seeing or different things, and maybe they don't have some sort of internal disability, but they have an external disability that you can see. They're in a wheelchair. So we'll teach dogs to pick up things, to do different tasks. But I want to talk to you about the most important training every service dog should have, and that is simple obedience. So 90%, I'm telling you, 90% of the service dog training is simple obedience. Getting a dog to be neutral in all environments, whether it be snow, whether it be sun, whether it be hot, windy, crazy outside, whether there be traffic or other dogs, whether you be indoors, outdoors, in literally all environments. We want to get dogs, come here, Tango, up, come on, let's go, up, come on. We want to get dogs to be neutral, come here, in all environments. Number one factor when it comes to service animals, they must be neutral in all environments. They must not care about what's going on around them. They must focus on their handler. Come here. Let's go. Up. Let's go. Up. Good job. They must focus on their handler. They must be good on and off leash. Now, a lot of people will argue with me. A lot of people will say, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, you can tell me all day I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm still going to train service dogs. I'm still going to put service dogs into our community. And I'm telling you, by Dog Training with Dad standards, the most important element when it comes to service dogs is neutral. So many times I see the service dog community get upset because they say you shouldn't have another dog out in public, or because I've got $1,000, I got tens of $1,000s invested in my service animal, and if your dog causes a problem, it could really cause an issue with my dog to be more reactive, to have problems. I'm not going to argue any of that. I'm just going to say, if you've got a service dog out there in public and you're representing a service dog, whether it be you have a disability, hidden or not hidden, physical or not physical, emotional, mental, whatever your disability is, if you have a service dog in the community and you are representing that dog as a service dog and it is being affected by the environment around it, it needs more training. You need a professional, you need someone to help you, because too often do I see people representing service dogs in public that literally have no sense of obedience training. Do emotional support animals need obedience training? Absolutely. Do therapy dogs probably need more training than any other working service, emotional support animal or not? Because they're going to have interactions with the community. They're going to touch and lick and sniff the community. Service dogs should be neutral to the point where they could care less about everything else in the community except their handler. There should be nothing else in the environment that distracts them, that pulls the attention away from the handler. And it's not the public or the environment around its responsibility. It is the responsibility of the trainer and handler of that service animal. And so often do I see this, and really the truth is, those that have trained service animals, whether they've spent thousands or whether they self-train the dog, those that have service animals that know how to act in public, know how to, the basic standards are the same standards that I create for my own clients that just simply want obedience dogs. That is, I need a dog to listen to me, to sit still, and to be polite by my neighbor's standards. Which, if your dog is polite by your neighbor's standards, you got a trained dog. If your neighbors come over, or if you see your neighbors in public and people make comments about, man, that's a real polite dog. You got a really good dog. You got a good dog, you know. But if people are leaving your house, or you're leaving a place and people are saying, man, that service dog didn't know how to act. Or, did you see how she couldn't really control that dog when that other dog walked by? Put a training patch on your dog. Put a training patch on your dog. I know this video has been a little bit longer and more talkative than training informative, but I have today 3 inquiries about we want a service dog. We need training for our service dog. And, you know, I begin to ask all the questions. Okay, what's your disability? You know, if you're asking me to train your dog, I'm going to ask you what your disability is, because I need to know what our expectation is for the dog. I need to know where we need to head with the training. So people don't get offended by that. But if you ask someone their disability when they walk into a store, this is not a good thing to do. So I don't tell people to ask what disabilities are, but I ask when someone asks me to train their service animal, what disability do you have? Do I specialize in service dog training? Absolutely not. I do not. And I don't want to say that I do. There are trainers. Come here. Could I specialize in service dog training? Absolutely. There's no certification. There's no school. There's no college education. There's nothing that you need to train dogs. I mean, truthfully, if you own a dog, you're a dog trainer. The question is if you're a good dog trainer or a bad dog trainer. I'm sorry for kicking you up there. You want to come across? Come on. Come on, let's go, right here, right here. Oh, yeah, you like that ice. You like that ice. Come on, get up here. Good job. I don't know if I've been sucked into the TikTok community of service dog handlers, but I am seeing that this service dog community is almost to the point where I would call for regulation. And I know that there are hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands upon thousands of people that have service dogs that are saying, no, we don't need regulation. And I believe that too. I don't like government intervention. But the problem is when there is no regulation in an industry as controversial as service dog training, guidelines around service dogs. The problem is we now have disabilities that you cannot see. And if you argue about a disability that you cannot see, then you're discriminatory, right? If someone says to you, I can't see your disability, why or what do you need a service dog for? It becomes discrimination. And so the best I can tell you is this: the one thing that every service dog needs is obedience training. It must be 100% solid. There is no, and if your service dog has to run around, I'm going to say this, if your service dog has to run around in some sort of tool to keep it under control, no matter what your disability is, your service dog needs more training. If your service dog needs prong collars, electric collars, choke chains, gentle lead harnesses, gentle lead this, gentle whatever it is, your service dog needs more training. But if you're looking for a service dog, I create super dogs. That's 100% verifiable. That we create some of the most super dogs people can own. I don't claim to have the best training. I don't claim to use the best methods. I don't claim to know everything. But what I do claim is that my dogs are the coolest dogs at the barbecue. My dogs are the coolest dogs in public. My dogs are neutral in all situations. I saw a canine officer said, "Can you grab your dog by the balls?" You can grab all my dogs by the balls. You can pull on them, you can squeeze them, you can abuse them, you can do whatever you want to dogs, because my dogs are neutral in all environments. Because that's the number one trait that a dog needs, It needs not care about the world around it. It needs to focus on you. Thanks for watching Dog Training with Dad. Whether you like me, love me, or hate me, I'm always gonna be right here on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Find me on Facebook as well until I get the boot from the Zuck. Thanks for watching Tango. If you got questions, comments, leave them below. I'm easy to reach out to. I'm very tangible. If you're in Colorado, winter's on its way. Hope you got a well-trained dog to spend the winter with. Dang it, I missed the lens. Let's see if we can hit the lens. Oh, thanks for watching.